What I'd like to do is challenge you a little bit with some of the things I'm going to talk to you about. Some of these are theories that are well documented, and some of them are of my own opinion, okay? And hopefully you'll be able to take some ideas away. If each of you take away one thing that you could do better in terms of selling when you go out tomorrow, I'd be really pleased about that, okay? So, to start off with, what I'd like to do is ask the question, so what is selling? A lot of people think they can sell, a lot of people think they can't sell, and both of them quite often are wrong. I'll move from side to side and then you can see. Okay. So what is selling? The definition of it, according to Wikipedia, is that it's the last step in the chain of commerce where a buyer exchanges cash for a seller's goods or services, or it's the activity of trying to make that happen. It's when the money changes hand, okay? It's not talking to people, making friends with people, it's all about money. So that's the first thing that I think everybody needs to know about selling. It is about money, but don't be afraid of that. What a sales professional does is influences that decision by following the sales process. And this is something I'm very passionate about. They follow the sales process, but they also add a degree of creativity, a bit of flair, a bit of something else. So that's what I want to talk to you about, is about the difference of how you can make a difference and how you can follow the sales process and maybe add a bit of creativity to make a difference and become more sales effective. Okay? What selling is not, and I've spoken to quite a few marketing people, including Joe, about this is not selling. What that is a representation of is a product with a for sale sign on it, and it's sat there. That is not selling. That is marketing. That is advertising. It is not selling. Going back to the definition, selling is about the activity of trying to influence the decision maker to give you the money. What selling is, it's about people. It's a people business. So everything that you do is all about people when you're selling. As we go on, you'll see where I'm coming from on this. So, what makes a successful salesperson? I thought long and hard about this, and I've researched it, I've looked at my own performance to think, well, what makes a successful salesperson? What makes them really good? And I split it into two things, really. One is, I would say about 25-30% of a good salesperson, they've maybe got the X factor. People say, oh yes, she's got it, she's always had it, she's born with being born salesperson. Okay, I think that only accounts for about 25% of that skill. The rest of it is by following the sales process, okay? Going through that sales process in a very diligent way. So that's what the rest of my, I could say presentation, but I'd like to think this is more of a workshop. That's what the rest of this workshop is going to be about. Do I know the sales process? So what have I done to gain that understanding of the sales process? Starting with Avon, when I was 14 years old, so this is my 30th year of selling. You now know how old I am. I sold Avon door to door in my local village. I then went to work for a small company in Gainsborough called Kirkston Packaging, KPI on the board there. Carried on through into that courier transport sector with DHL, TNT, United Carriers, and then I was selling business to business. And then I started to work for Mouchel and Northgate in recent years, selling to the public sector. I've had an awful lot of training with these guys, some of them that you'll see some more embarrassing photos of me. But I've had training by IBM, Xerox, Canon, TAC International, in-house training with DHL, where I was part of 250 salespeople in the UK. So I kind of understand the sales process and what you have to do to go and get the business. So if I have the X factor and I know the sales process, can I prove it? Okay, because they always say a salesperson is only as good as their last sale, don't they? So, yep, been trained by IBM. Top salesperson regularly at DHL, that's another of the awards. I don't know which one. I went to see if I could find out which one it was. I can't really remember. But that's one of the awards that I got at DHL for being top salesperson. I was the first winner of the executive club at DHL. And they send people abroad now for winning this thing. I didn't go abroad. But I'm very proud of that, because DHL is a worldwide, big global company, so I'm very proud to have been that first winner in the UK. And this is me today, and that's my car I picked up on the 1st of September 2010, as a bit of a pat on the back to myself for doing well that year. Okay, and I've still got it sat in the garage, not come out since October. Husband won't let me take it out. So I like to think I'm quite good at what I do. So the sales process.